Alright guys, how's it going? Good to see you this wonderful Wednesday. Welcome to the MCS weekly show. And the show has been going on for about a little bit over 2 months now since Jonathan left. We did a couple shows, but we finally fine-tuned out to the proper video format to do it, and kind of change it into this setup so that way it's easy for us to kind of give you guys a weekly update. Well, Alfred, good to see you, bud. Peter, Scott, Anthony, Jonathan, Daniel, Sherry. Oh, good to see you, Sherry. Damien, Alfred. Well, if you guys were at the event last week, the ODSC Charity 1911 event, that was a great event. So not sure if I missed any of you guys down there. If you guys able to come up. Hey, is my show still going on? Seemed like a disconnect here, guys. I'm not sure if we're still on. Oh yeah, we're still on. Somehow my my feed here on my screen here kind of stopped feeding. But anyway, yeah. So great to see most of you guys down there at the event. It was it's one of those events that you gotta go there and check it out and play. There are a lot of players out there, and I think they peak like about 200 players. So you guys never been to one of the ODSC event, you gotta check it out. It took me about 6 to 7 hours to drive down there. It was mad tired. Right after the event, I drove back up north and get a few hours sleep and jump to bed, hop up to bed actually, and then head home. Go back to the office right away. So I have a video to show you guys on. I was assembling the MSR round for a little bit, and kind of show you the update on that, where I'm at with the assembly of it. So I'm gonna switch the camera here a little bit, and then probably gonna wait a little bit, get more people on board, and then we'll play the video for you. So last week I forgot who won the auction last week, but the person ended up changing to another gun. So this is back on the auction block. This is the Bolt Phantom. I'm gonna play the video for you guys. Same thing last week, I shot it. Had a great it's shooting pretty well. So you guys want this marker, you have the opportunity to pick it up. It is one of those markers that if you're gonna have it, you want to shoot it, the trigger is really nice. It's really quick to release. You can upgrade to the lockable system. You have the tri-rail here, but you can easily add another one on, or you'd like the rail on the top, keep there. If you want to kind of bring this top rail to the bottom, you can flip your way around and bring to the bottom. Mock suppressor, I think this has like about 14 to 16 inch barrel. It's great. If you're gonna get into this marker here, easy to clean and repair. Take this little thing apart, boom, get access to the chamber for you to do what you need to do, and put it back. Really simple, just like that, right there. All right, guys. I'm gonna play a quick video for you, and you can get to check out how the MSR round are put together. And you have any question that, let me know. Handguard, yeah, this handguard is actually, nowadays a lot of people go to the quad rail handguard, but we have this tri-rail handguard here. You can add, there's a lot of space left. You can add other rails on there and then kind of configure to what you like. So it's actually pretty cool. Right, I'm gonna switch this really quick, kind of play a video for you, and you can actually watch this quick video on how I put these MSR rounds together. And the process will... Okay, so I'm gonna switch the camera and then play for you. And the process we're working on to put together. So let's check it out. So this is sonic welder, and the way we do it, we get all the components. You get the core and the dome, and then this is the tail. Where's my okay, here's the tail. So we put together like this right here, just kind of show you what we're doing. And you put your dry band in, put together, and we drop it into here. We still figured out the best way to do it. Just kind of show you guys what we're doing, and then that right there, that weld the whole component together nice and tight. So now it's a single unit now, so it's pretty much ready to go. So what you do is, if you want to fill it up with powder, paint, water, if you will. So let me do one with water for you here. So you have your dome. So we put water in here. Just a little show and tell here, so you can see what's going on here. Right there. And then we'll put in the core. Alright. And then put in the dry band. And then we put in the tail. Alright. And then we're just gonna weld together as one unit. There we go. Alright guys, see that? You have a full complete unit, water fully pressurized inside. It's not going nowhere. Now this right here is ready to shoot. Alright guys, you have any? Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that short video there. Like I said, I'm still looking for ways to improve the process of making these rounds. Try to think out the box how to make it cost a little bit less, so that way we can hit the target point. So far we trying to manually put all these process together, but as I progress on assembly these, we have to somewhat part automation, part hand assembly them. As we produce them and increase the production, increase the numbers unit, we have to find a way to do it. Otherwise what happened is I'm not able to keep the production now to make the product quality enough. As you can see there in the video we did one single unit, and it just weld all the components together in one operation, and give you that precise the precision that it needs to get that shot consistently. I made some, I gave it to Brian Reeves and he was shooting it. I didn't get the chance to shoot at all. Although one I did is I kind of put together, but I didn't get to shoot it yet. So we're gonna do more of it and test more. Hey Jonathan, Neil, Eric, good to see you. Kevin, Brent, Tucker, Junior, how you guys doing? Great to have you guys on the show. It's kind of like a weekly meetup here, meet and greet. Since we don't go to, since we don't get to see you guys at every event. I see most of you guys last week, a couple days ago at the 9/11 event, but most of you guys in the East Coast and other places in the world didn't get to see you guys. So weekly basis, it's great to have you guys here. All right, good to see you, Robert, Jordan, Craig. All right, good. So that's what I'm talking about. On if you guys missed that part of the sonic welding, I will play it again for you, maybe in the next 15-20 minutes or so, and I'll play that for you again so you can check it out and kind of see where we're progressing, the process that we're making to able to put those projectiles together. It's not, like I said, it's every step that we get closer, we find something that we need to improve. So far, as you can see, that I try and made of wax, and wax wasn't really consistent enough, so we kind of throw that out. We made it with polystyrene, the same material as First Strike doing, and that has been yielding really good results. And now we're trying to put together into a process where we can automate a certain process so that we can improve the quality and increase the production, so that we can meet the demand that we are anticipating, when we just kind of jump into the project and decide that we're not going to be able to make it properly. Oh yeah, man, John Junior, thank you for bringing that up. 9/11, I gotta say that's kind of interesting how the gang over there react onto my post there. You guys check out my my Facebook page. Actually, you know what, this kind of gave me an opportunity to bring this up to kind of clear up the air, so that way people don't get an idea where I'm trying to take things away from them. So I'm gonna pull this up really quick for you guys. I'm gonna switch the camera so you can see on my page here, so you can see what I posted on my Facebook, so you can see what's going on here. All right, so this was this on my Facebook page for now, guys. If you go into a page, you can see that I was on there. This is the post that I made. It said right here, after the event, I was on the way home and someone was driving, and I did decide to put the video together and post this up. And I wrote down quick MCS booth 9/11 MFOC 9/11 charity event, and you can see the way I wrote that. I have to add in the word tour, and a couple people got on. And a couple of people get on there from the ODSA group and saying I'm trying to steal their event, kind of take over. I didn't do anything, and trying to make an event my own. But if you guys watch the video, I kind of saying that, hey, this KT give you as a quick tour at the 9/11 charity event. I may not say where I'm at. Didn't think about it. I may not say what's the charity about, but the idea is that I'm doing a quick video for the people that could not attend to see what's out there, and that's it. No intention of taking any away, no intention to take anything away from anyone. And the gang over there just jumping in, saying man, trying to relabel, making as if it's an MCS event. Even if you guys follow this show, I mentioned a couple of times that I try and promote the event. I mentioned so many times about the event that's down there, so I don't know whether that it's where that come from as far as trying to take things away from them. So I appreciate someone getting some support saying can I jump in, but whether or not it's an error or not, or like Jonathan, I mean Anthony, appreciate it. I you know what, Anthony, I appreciate you guys for all the work that you've done to grow the community and the sport. Next time, if you guys see that I made an error somewhere, please just kind of give me the elbow. Hey KT, you kind of messed up here. So give me an opportunity to kind of correct that privately, and then I'll make sure it become publicly. But what happened is you guys kind of put me on a spot publicly. It's kind of hard for me to kind of make the amendment in such a way where it's better than I would like to make it better than what you would have seen. But when you put me in spot in public, it's kind of hard. When somebody say call you out, it's kind of hard for you to kind of readjust to what the absolutely best. You can only adjust to what it is that you can see, so that way it seems like you don't somewhat defend yourself a little bit. Otherwise, it seems like you're an a-hole right there in front of everybody. So that like I said, Anthony Kush, Lobo, next time. Now I'd say that I'm a man. If I make mistake, I'll apologize, and I'll correct it as necessary. But if we're buddies and we're friends, know you guys for a long time, just give me a little elbow and correct me privately. So as friends do, you don't jump each other right in front of the crowd and call each other out, but you do it privately, so that way it's get done properly and with the utmost level of respect. So I definitely want to clear it out in the air, so that way, like it didn't seem like I'm trying to steal things or take things away from you guys. And if I did, I apologize. But let's move on from there. You guys need anything, give me a shout. As you guys know, Anthony Villa, Kusha, and Jeff Lobo, they're with the ODSC group, one of the team that MCS or RAP4 sponsor, formerly RAP4. We kind of work with them to grow all the games, the MFOC event. We kind of work with them in early stage. In the early stage, you guys followed. It's Patrick, the one that kind of relay, communicate with the group there. Since Patrick left, I want to take the opportunity to say too that our relationship with the group down there has not been like great. I don't really able to kind of keep up the communication and the friendship that I could have, I should have done. But you can see that I'm running 110 miles every day. I get operations, I get orders, I get fire to put out, I get design work. You guys just saw the video I did earlier. I'm cranking out I'm constantly thinking of ways to improve the product that we're doing, improve the work, and try to grow the sport and grow the community. I'm always thinking about what's the next step to do. Even the projectile right now, most of you already know that we got the parts, we're able to produce right now. But if you meet me at the event, at the last week event, I kind of show you the projectile. There's a little bit of imperfection there, and I like to get that, improve that just right, so that way when you have it in your hands, it's like, okay, this is what it should be, what it could be, what it should have been. Things that we've done in the past, what it should have been. It should be, it should have been. This is the utmost best quality that that should be, not just kind of try. I don't want that to happen, because we're in a standpoint now where we have to put out great product, so that way the community can grow, the sport can grow. We put subpar product, we're not going to go nowhere, and we're going to get a lot of flack for it, and the community not going to grow. So appreciate Anthony Chabelis. That's right. All right, guys, I'm going to play. I know a lot of you guys missed the video earlier, so I'm going to play a quick video for you on what I did a couple days ago to help improve the shape rounds, because like I said, as I'm going through the process of putting these things together and making them, I want to give you guys the best product possible. I'm using all the mental strength I have in every resource I can put together to make these rounds for you guys. So like I said, I'll play a quick video for you guys again, for those guys, for you the one that missed the video earlier. That way you can see where I'm at with them. Okay, here it goes. We're gonna put your camera really quick here. Process we're working on to put together. So let's check it out. So this is Sonic Welder, and the way we do it, we get all the components. You get the core and the dome, and then this is the tail. So where's my okay, here's the tail. So we put together like this right here, just kind of show you what we're doing. And you put your dry band in, put together, and we drop it into here. We still figured out the best way to do it, just kind of show you guys what we're doing. And then right there, that weld the whole component together nice and tight. So now it's a single unit now, so it's pretty much ready to go. So what you do is, if you want to fill it up with powder, paint, water, if you will. So let me do one with water for you here. So you have your dome. So we put water in here. Just a little show and tell here, so you can see what's going on here. Right there. And then we'll put in the core. All right. And then put in the dry band. And then we put in the tail. All right. And then we're just gonna weld together as one unit. Here we go. Alright guys, see that? You have a full complete unit, water fully pressurized inside. It's not going nowhere. Now this right here is ready to shoot. Alright guys, you have any? I can see that I know that a lot of questions being asked about the shape projectile. You can see that I'm working out all the little kinks to put together. So yes, any question on that, let me know. Surely to able to answer most of your questions. So I'm hoping that I can get this out for you soon. Like I said, I'm almost done. Kind of fine tune it, all the little edges kind of remove, create a way to assemble together, so that way the unit doesn't come apart, fully sealed. My goal is to make the product as equal to what's out there or better. So shooting it, get the same distance or better. Pretty much everything about it, I'm trying to really try and get that done properly first time, exactly coming out. That way you guys have it, you'll be able to shoot it and love it. So I know it's gonna take a little more time, but the more that able to fine tune this, you have a much better product. Right now, where of course, you know, I shoot this thing regularly, almost on a daily basis, and of course I talk to you guys on a daily basis, whether it's our product or any of our product. And of course I go to event. That's one reason when I really made a extreme effort to go to an event, so that way I can be on the ground, talk to you about the product, what it does, what it doesn't do, what the things that you're facing, so that way I know how to improve it. That way I can, you know, make the changes necessary, right? That's the reason why, one of the major reasons why, when I really make a good effort to go out there and meet you guys and see what's going on. And of course I hear that, you know, first strike, It doesn't feed well in the magazine. In our magazine, sometimes we have to tap a little bit to get the rounds up. Of course, that's a projectile or the magazine or both. And you have to understand too, something I want to tell you guys to really kind of put this out there. Feeding a projectile reverse gravity is definitely not easy, especially when you're feeding a projectile that has a lot of different angles, has lot of rooms for the jam. So the magazine can cause it, but the projectile can definitely do it too. So take your time and patience to figure out what causing it to jam. Is it the rounds, or is it the magazine, or both? Even firearms talking about it also mags also jam. So with paintball, or what we do, or MagFed, it's pretty much the same. So you are trying to feed a projectile reverse gravity into the chamber. Of course, it's not going to want to go in the way that you would too. So take a time to figure out what causing the jam. Is it the magazine, the spring? Is there something that prevents from feeding properly? Of course, the thing about with our magazine too, with the helix, it's really simple, right? You're talking about just a spring pushing the projectile up. That's all it is. And if you want to get like a clear version magazine, you can actually see where it gets stuck, or if it gets stuck at all. Other magazines right now, they still use the winder. They still have that little string that try and pull back that little follower. That's a lot of we kind of do away with that, because we did that magazine for many years, and we did away with that. We did away with that, all that string, all that little ratcheting system. We completely took all that out, and yet it is still have a tendency not to feed sometimes. So when you do have a magazine that's not feeding, take the time to figure out what's causing it. Of course, round paintball too, when you do shoot that, you talk about gelatin based shell, right? It has a tendency to change shape, warp, based on temperature, based on the environment, based on where you at. There's a bunch of different factors that can cause that. Even the quality of the rounds, how long the ball has been sitting around, how is it stored, all that can conducive to how well it feeds. So when you do have a mag that's not feeding, try to figure out what's wrong with the mag. Is it a round or the mag or both? You definitely can diagnose that pretty easily. Of course, I can say, tell you that it's not the magazine. I can tell you that it's the cost of rounds. I can tell you that, but that's really unrealistic. If you are talking about feeding a projectile reverse gravity, so you're also talking about their tendency for the jam. Therefore, take the time and the care to kind of figure out where it is, where the cause of the jam is, so you can overcome that. So by saying that though, the nice thing about what we do is we figured this like over 10 years ago, when we did our first MagFed event, Operation N1, and we figured out that we need to put in a mechanism to prevent the bolt from firing. That's where the logbook comes in, because we found that magazine will not feed when certain condition applies. For example, right, players, especially new players, right, they play, they load the round in, and they don't pay attention. They got dirt into the magazine. Guess what? The magazine not gonna feed. And if they go play, guess what happened? Your ball will get chopped in the chamber, the whole thing get dirty, and you spend there and try to clean it. That's the reason why we put the lock bolt in there. That's the reason why, that's how we actually came up with the lock bolt, because magazine were not able to feed that well. And of course, it's many things conducive for the magazine not to feed, like get dirt in there, the ball changes shape, it warps, many things can cause it. So that's what I'm saying, that you have to kind of take the step back, figure out why, and practice with that and find out what caused it, so that we can overcome that. Pretty much, if you know how to overcome your equipment or overcome the environment, you'll be a much better, I won't say you're a much better player, but your equipment run better when you do that. Hey Daniel, great comment, guys. I didn't have a chance there to kind of comment some what you're saying. Will, good to see you, bud. I would say that Tucker, I would say FSR meets feed and other things can cause it, but my point by saying all this is that we're working to overcome that misfeeding with the rounds that we're doing. We illuminate, we try not to make that little nub in the front of the round, so that way it produces less jam. we try not to make the tail with all the edges, so that way it feeds better. So overall, if you can see, I can tell you that the rounds will feed much better as we study this more. We want to reduce that jam. I wouldn't say that I can eliminate it. I don't think that's possible, but we're definitely gonna able to reduce those fundamentals that we are noticing right now, that it jams sometimes and it's not feeding properly and it causing other issues. So it will, if we focus on that a little bit more, I bet you that when we do release this product, it will feed better and work much better. That's what our goal is to do, working on. Right, so I'm gonna I forgot who got the 200, but somebody auctioned the 200 earlier. So you guys want to keep going with this? I kind of forgot about auction again. So this is auction for this week. This was going on for last week, but the person who won it decided to kind of move on to the next best thing. So I'm able to put this onto the auction block again. So this is the Takamo Bolt Phantom. Comes with a Phantom handguard, mock suppressor, 14 or 16-inch barrel. Of course, you have the internal air. If you want to get the air tank in stock, I can put it in for you. If you want to put this a different magazine well, you can actually change the mag well. We're gonna have different system in the future, so easily upgradable. And then you can put it back nice and clean. Pretty awesome. All right, so I get up to 300. All right, so I don't know who got 300, but I'm just gonna post it up. We'll look it up later. So right now 300. So if you guys want to pick this up, it's 300. Any question on that, let me know. I can play a video for you that I shot. I made a video on this. I was shooting it so you can see how it works, but I'll play it later on right before we end the show. That way you can see what the how it shoots. You can make your last decision there. You guys, if you guys watch this show, and if you don't mind, go ahead and help me share the show. That way more people will know about what we do, how we do things, and spread out the MagFed information for the players. Talking about next event, so next event I'll be at is at the Decave Nation at SC Village at the end of this month in September. I'll be there for maybe about 2 days. I'm not sure what time I'll be there yet, but Decave Nations. And the following week after that, I will be in Pennsylvania at EMR Park for Kilo 69. That's probably gonna be one of the last big event of this year for MagFed. So you guys want to head up there, let me know. There's another event, I was supposed to remember what day it is. I think the Battle Royal in Canada. I think you guys have any information on that, go ahead and post it. I don't remember. Greg Hastings and Joe from Flag Raider was messaging me about that, but man, I don't remember these things. So many things going on. So you guys know any information, I go ahead and post it up so that way whoever wants to go to that one can head out there. I think they got like over 100 markers for loaner. Brent, I'm not able to make the snag eater I was planning to, but I got the Cave Nation. It's the last weekend of September. First weekend of October, I have Kilo 69. Second weekend of October, I have Operation End War 9. And then I know Snake Eaters on the 20th something. I can't make it. I don't think I can do like so many events in a row like that. I'll get burned out. I kind of pooped out, and I'm not able to do the work on the project, so I have to apologize on you guys that I'm not able to make it out to Snake Eater this year. Hopefully the schedule is a little bit better next year, kind of space things out a little bit, give me like a week or two to kind of recover a little bit. But you're doing back-to-back event is really tiring. You guys know the especially I love to do more local event because I don't have to travel as much, but when you travel, you take time away from my projects and take away time away from other things that I want to focus on and kind of grow the sport. But you know, I love to go out there and meet, greet, shake you guys' hand. You know, I know you guys, a lot of them are, you guys not in the West Coast, so that's why I'm kind of making an effort to kind of hit the East Coast as much as possible when the schedule permits. That way I can be out there for you guys. Right, so can you put a cyborg buttstock on that marker? Absolutely. So all you have to do is just kind of rotate this off right here, and then stick another buttstock, and you can do the air tank version, M82 cyborg buttstock, Anthony, or you can do the remote line version. Like I said, if you are the winner of this auction, you can actually request us, and we'll change it out for you. Of course, if there's cost in the difference, you just pay the cost for the difference, but we're able to put that for you if you want to. Let us know. Unfortunately, in Florida, we get maybe 3 events a year, maybe. Damien, 3 events a year is not too bad. You know, back in the days, you don't want to get 1 event at all. I mean, 1 event a year. So, like I said, we did first Operation End War in 2009, and that have grown quite a bit. So, after that event, I think we kind of set the trail for the players and for everyone out there. It kind of see that it can be done, and can see that people actually like the game. And ever since, MagFed been growing pretty much everywhere. There's a MagFed game almost every weekend now, all over the world. So I can say that we have taken, it's credit to us. I'm not going to claim that, but I'm saying that since the first MagFed, it has grown like leap and bound. So 3 events a year, actually not. We're heading that direction. I mean, we love to have more, definitely, but we're heading definitely around the right direction. Oh, Sherry, see you there. So Kill69, I'm working with Tim Henley there to set up for you guys some really cool stuff. So hopefully the next couple weeks we can finalize it. If not, I'm just there to wrap the stuff and show you guys what new things I brought out. I have some new product that I can definitely bring out there to show you guys that I have not shown on the show or have not spoken about it. So you guys out there, you definitely have to see some new stuff that I've been working on for some time now. Will the MCR be 50 cal? No, it will not. Carlos will not be in 50 cal. It's going to be only in 68 cal. If somehow 50 cal become like super popular, where a bunch of markers available for 50 cal, we might head to that direction. But I think we're not able to do the 50 cal until much later date. The reason being is that the 50 cal is going to be a little bit harder to make. It's hard, since it's smaller, it's going to be harder to assemble right now. At the first stage, we're going to have some process to be automated, and some process will be by hand, until we're able to ramp up production and able to invest into the machine, invest into that automation process. You guys both know that anything automation, it costs tremendous amount of resource investment to make anything automated. It takes a lot of work to automate stuff, but in return is that you have to crank stuff out like nothing, right? Just boom, 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 able to kind of crank it out. Oh, Jennifer, I haven't seen you for a while. So let me put this buttstock back so I can show you what on the auction, Jennifer. This is the Bolt. This is a Bolt Phantom, and we built this off on a Bolt platform. Kind of basic setup for new players to play, or you get into something different than what you already have. Comes with a Phantom handguard right here. Tried rail. You can actually remove the set screw, rotate around, and you can bring the rail to the bottom. I'm not sure it's 16 or 14 inch barrel. Got a mock suppressor going on. Of course, you've got your internal air. I was saying that if you want to change the air stock here, we can change it out for you. So this right now, I believe it's at $300 on the auction. I'm not sure who's on the top. Someone was saying Redman, but that can change as more people decide to jump in. Make markers from last week. Same marker. Yes, Felix, this is the same one from last week. The reason why is that the winner from last week decided to move on to great and better things. So this is it right here. Oh, Redman gonna go at 210, guys. So I'm gonna change his auction here for 210. Right, Bob McGuire, good to see you. Hope things are doing great for you. I was showing the gang here how we put the shape projectile together. If you missed it, you probably have to play it back a little bit. If not, I can play it again for you guys to check it out, as those that came in late. We are in the final stage of putting the shape round together, and hopefully I'm shooting to get it out before the year end, so we have like a great awesome Christmas and a great new year. So the next couple months, it's gonna be a game changer for us. I mean, you guys been following that the shape rounds we've been at it for about almost 7 years now. We're in a final stage. We finally figured out the material we're gonna use. We figured out the process, the dry band, pretty much everything that we need to know and needed to know on projectile. We have figured it out. Now we just figured out how to make this quickly as possible and able to boost the volume that we're looking for. So that's the that's the plan. All right, guys. I'm gonna switch the camera really quick. I'm gonna play for you a video on this gun right here, and right after that, I will switch to the video on the shape round, so that way the people that missed that came a little bit late and didn't get a chance to see how the projectile is put together, they can see that, because to me it's real important for you guys to know what we're doing, how we're doing it, and this is the train of thought we have to go through to make things. So it just sometimes people think, oh, just snap the finger and make it. That would have been easy if you have the resources of a Fortune 500 company, but unfortunately we don't. We have very little resources to make this happen. So with the limited resource I have to use all the tools available, have to really think outside the box, come up with a different way of doing it to get it done properly. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna play this video for you guys really quick, and then you can check it out. And the process we're working on to put together. So let's check it out. So this is Sonic Welder, and the way we do it, we get all the components. You get the core and the dome, and then this is the tail. So where's my okay, here's the tail. So we put together like this right here, just kind of show you what we're doing. And you put your dry band in, put together, and we drop it into here. We still figured out the best way to do it, just kind of show you guys what we're doing. And then that right there, that weld the whole component together nice and tight. So now it's a single unit in it now, so it's pretty much ready to go. So what you do is, if you want to fill it up with powder, paint, water, if you will. So let me do one with water for you here. So you have your dome. So we put water in here. Just a little show and tell here, so you can see what's going on here. Right there. And then we'll put in the core. All right. And then put in the dry band. And then we put in the tail. All right, and then we're just gonna weld together as one unit. Here we go. All right, guys, see that? You have a full, complete unit, water fully pressurized inside. It's not going anywhere. Now this right here is ready to shoot. All right, guys, you have any? All right, guys, see, that's the that's how it's put together. It is pretty cool the way that it's been assembled, and the way that we put together. Like I said, we have to think outside the box on how to improve this and make it quality enough where we're able to mass produce them, create a process and the steps. Like I said, it's semi-automatic, semi-automated, and then semi kind of hand put together at the first stage. As we're able to crank out the production, we're able to kind of start able to make little things where we can improve that. It is labor-intensive, Troy. I have to say that beginning stage is going to be really labor-intensive. Labor-intensive to produce these. But like I said, as we're able to go through the process of production, we're going to be able to learn how to improve it and then start automate some of the processes we're currently doing. But you can tell that you still have to do it one at a time, just like a round, until we're able to kind of put the machine in place, just kind of spin, boom, boom, boom. So anyway, definitely, like I said, I cannot express how much work and resources and the amount of I cannot express how much that it takes to kind of put these things together, especially a project like this. One of the major factor is because of the volume, right? Where you're not making 1 or 10, you're making 1,000 and 1,000 of this, and day in, day out to make that. And the most difficult part about it is keeping that consistency and quality. You can make one with the best quality possible, great, but you're making 1,000 and 1,000, 100,000 of these quality consistently, one after another. That's what makes this whole thing kind of difficult. So that's what we're trying to solve. It's not that we can't make it, definitely can make it, but making it into volume that's necessary to grow the sport, and making the volume and keep able to upkeep that quality. That's, to me, that's the most difficult thing, most difficult aspect about this project. So like I said, as I try to go through the process, able to figure these things out, I'll update you guys. But right now, that's where we at. Get that unit to weld together as one unit, doesn't fall apart when you shoot it, and you don't see any other, no marking on it. You just go and you play, and you expect it to feed well, shoot well, and be consistent on the shot that you're making. That's what, that's exactly what I'm working on day in, day out to get this thing done. Hey Ricky, how you doing? So I'll play a video for you guys on the. So it comes with a phantom handguard. It's built with the top rail and the 2 side rails. You can actually loosen the set screw and rotate this handguard, and you can have the rail at the bottom if you want to put a little bit of a grips or anything else that you like to put on there. It comes with a 14 inches barrel with a mock suppressor right there. See how it's the mock suppressor actually the barrel is recessed into the mock suppressor, so give you that illusion of the barrel is short, but actual barrel carries all the way through to the front. It comes with your standard internal air. When you order, you have the option of putting an air tank in stock or with remote line. All right, guys. So let's see how it shoots. Back it back. Well, shoots great. Alright guys, so that's a video for last week. I'm sorry, that's a video for the phantom markers that I shot last week. Alright, so last call for this. I can end the auction on this in about let's make this at 5:50. So I have 10 more minutes to get into auction for this. If not, we'll end it, and then the winner will get to enjoy this great marker. Like I said, I definitely recommend this for those that get into the sport or use as a spare or get something different when you know, something that you already have. Will they fit in current magazine? Chris, yes, they will work on a current magazine. The only thing that you may need to do is change out the spring, because we know that these projectile, you want to keep that stack together nice and tight and able to feed the rounds consistently one after another, so you need a stronger spring. Same thing as what we're currently doing with this, the shape rounds and the first strike. You do need a stronger spring. I understand that some of the magazines out there, they use one spring, but with the amount of tests we have done, we know for a fact that if you don't use enough, you don't put enough tension to keep the stack together, the round can flip around. The reason what happened is that you have your multiple projectile, right, that's kind of stacked on each other, and then you have a bounce, like a jounce. You bump down, the whole stack will fall down and it will flip, because the weight of the projectile itself will depress down the whole stack, and the top one in the chamber will rotate. That's what we learned. So that's why you want to eliminate that. Even on our guns too, if you don't have enough strong of a spring and you are using a long barrel, the back pressure will push the round back. So that's why we don't recommend you use a long barrel if you're going to shoot first strike or shape round on a semi-automatic gun, you want to do about 12 inch. That's it. You don't want to go more than 12 inches, honestly. If you want to go a little bit longer, 14 is peak, but stick about 12. That's the best length for it. That goes for pretty much all the semi-automatic guns that's out there. So if you're doing a bolt action or closed bolt system, you can go with a long barrel because the back pressure will not affect that. And of course, if you're going to shoot round balls, you don't want a strong spring. You want a light spring, light as possible, but still keep the stack together. That's why the D-Mag is such a great magazine. It's a single stack, I mean 2 stack, but you have a single straight feeding. One row doesn't go out the curve, so you don't have to use such a strong spring to rotate around the curve. So the idea is that to keep the stack together, but not too much, and that allows you to use the round paintball or gelatin-based paintball in pretty much any environment. If you're in a cold environment, it's still okay. The stack is still not too tight. If you're into like a wet environment where it's humid, the stack is still kind of light, doesn't push round up. If you go into like a hot environment or humid environment and you put a lot of pressure on the rounds, it will warp and have dimples and won't feed properly. So another tip for you guys: you go and out in the field, don't put a loaded magazine into the mag well, because that waiting time that you're doing, you're gonna wait around, walk for half an hour before actually shooting. All that time, during that time, what happened is the stack of your rounds being depressed by the spring, and that will cause the round to warp and change shape. By the time you get to go play, it's already too late. The round's already warped. So wait until the game's ready and then load the round in. It's like a minute before the game start, of course. Okay, before the horn is blown, or before when you can anticipate when, then put it back in. That way you have a fresh stack of rounds, and it's not being pressurized by the spring. So that way it's still nice and round when you shoot. It's still great. So Carlton, good to see you. Felix, Anthony, good to see you guys. Chewy, good to see you. Dave, good to see you again. Michael, Tornado, I will have I'm probably going to release the first Tornado video for you guys in about 10 days. I like to release before the next show that happens, so we can see what's going on. That's the Tornado took me about 2 years to complete. So what I did is I kind of filmed through the different steps of the development of that marker, a kit. So you guys can see how we did it and the train of thought that been made, the different itineration that we put together on that marker. It's pretty, I saw it the other day, it's actually pretty cool. It kind of give you guys an insight of where the things that we have to do to make a product, and you have to make a lot of decisions, how it looks, how it functions, how it feels. And as we go through the process design and R&Ding it, we have come up with new ideas, and those ideas, it has to be, they have to be implemented into that process, and that takes time. Sometimes you get stuck with an idea and you don't want to let it go, and you keep on going at it, you keep on trying until you finally get it right. You guys are able to check that one out, because it took me a while to get this new function on the marker out, new features that we did to the Tornado, and we'll implement that onto other guns too, but the Tornado will get it first because that's the one that sparked the ingenuity for that features. So I cannot tell you guys what it is, because I don't want to be ruined surprise. So wait for it. If you see this new feature on Tornado, you will love it. You will want that feature to be happening on any platform. But we're gonna take some time to get that. Like I said, the feature is gonna be on that. It's gotta be on the Tornado first. See, okay, can you see the marker? Okay, crappers, this is the marker right here. This is the Takamo Bolt Phantom. Comes with this tri-rail handguard, made of aircraft aluminum, CNC machine. You can take the set screw off and kind of rotate this handguard to any position you want. You want this to be at the bottom, you can rotate that, secure it down, and you can use a vertical grip or any grip you want to put down there. I believe this, I'm not sure, 14 or 16-inch barrel. We can have to figure it out later, or you can measure if you want. And then the MOC suppressor actually come into the barrel recess into the MOC suppressor. of course, you have the choice of air system here. If you want to do the air tank, you can upgrade it. If you want to, let us know, upgrade for you. But this little guy right here, this great shooter. I was playing a video earlier. If you watch, you miss it, kind of replay, you can check it out. But this is definitely a great shooting gun. All right, just what internal are in that one. This one right here, it used before we used Tippmann internal, but now pretty much all the component is made by us now. So, however, the nice thing about these markers is gotta say that the components are compatible with Tippmann, with BT, and other inline bolt markers. So say you go to a field and there's a leak or whatever problem it is, you will have the opportunity to get help, because if pretty much every field in a store will have a tech there that know how to work on Tippmann markers, and they have extra parts there. So getting support is actually really great. But probably one thing you want to tell them is this magwell here. Sometimes people don't know how to take it apart. They look at the magwell and it looks intimidating, but it's super easy. You depress a little pin, you pull this little guy out, and then off it goes. The stock, let me lock the stock in so it doesn't flop around. Okay, that's locked now. So you can see it, pull the pin out, and then you can rotate, and now you can get the magwell out. And then from there, it's all just screws, and you take it apart. So back together. Same. It's kind of nice too. Let you access to the chamber, let you do your cleaning, anything you want to do to it. It's simple rather than having to stand there and not able to do that. Boom, you rock and roll. Bye-bye. That's it. It's the gun full auto. It is this right here. You can change the pistol grip to a BT pistol grip, and it can be full auto. If you want full auto, I can make it full auto for you with a BT pistol grip, electronic pistol grip. I have one on the table there I can build for you if you want a full auto function out of it. But I don't know. I'm never a fan of full auto yet until you have like a box mag or something. Right now, this is just like a basic setup. If you want to upgrade, there are a bunch of upgrades for you to do it. But if you want to play, this is definitely a marker that you can enjoy for a long time. You make a flex valve for the Hurricane. Currently, Chris, we're not. I'm hoping that I can have the time to work on the next year or two. I know that Tippmann or GI discontinued the Phenom. I think they have this for a year and a half now. So we got a couple more years left before they ran out parts. But I imagine by the time I mentioned before, that by the time we should be freed up with some of the project working on and able to focus on a valve. We do have a valve system. If you guys look up the SL2000, that was made by CMI about 10 or 15 years ago, and that's the same valve that Phenom is sort of built upon. So when we finish all these other side projects, we're able to get on there and make that valve system. Of course, we should have more resources to work on those projects done by then. I mean, that project by then, if we get these done properly. Let's see if I missed anything here. Anyone on here wants to trade to you? Okay, so it's a trade question. All right. Oh, Jordan, good to see you, buddy. So is full auto going to be a function on Thunderbolt? The Thunderbolt right now, you can actually use, well, the trigger frame system, of course, is not fully functional with electronic trigger. Something that we should have implemented, but we didn't have a chance to do that. If you guys want the full auto function on that, we definitely can put it that function for you. Maybe with a respawn trigger, I might consider doing that with a respawn trigger. That might be the better option to work. I kind of don't like, honestly, I don't really like to do electronic. Electronics cumbersome. You have battery, you have the board, electronic. I mean, so many areas that can, I wouldn't say failure, but so many things that you have to cramp in there. The last thing is you have to turn it on and off, as opposed to mechanical, just switch and off it goes. Unless we somehow get smart and make the trigger to be like a Tippmann Phenom. I like the way they did that. You guys know Tippmann Phenom, they did like electromagnetic. They actually they use a Hall effect switch, so when you're shooting semi, it doesn't use the electronic part of it. It just kind of use the trigger itself. So if the trigger failed, electronic failed, battery dead, you still can shoot semi. and you can switch to full auto, then that's when the electronic kick in. So that's what I like about the Phenom in that sense, where that's literally that's like really think, you know, outside the box there with that trigger system. So if we're ever gonna make something like that, that's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm sorry guys, I missed this auction here. So Michael, you had 220. Congratulations, bud. I said I can call off the auction at 550, so you are the winner of this marker. You can message us and we'll put it together for you. But congratulations, hope you enjoy this awesome marker. I shot it earlier. It is a great shooting gun, so you're definitely gonna get some great trigger time with this. Congratulations. Carlos, is it possible for new box mag to use the MCR? It will not work. Box mag just for round balls, and we're gonna focus on right after that we're gonna focus on the Hydra, which we're gonna do the rounds, the MSR round. So if you guys are looking to that, the reason why that is because it's just gonna use, like, if you look at the box mag we've done in the past, it just kind of have a hopper in there and it rotates and just push around. Real simple, basic. We don't want to go all crazy and try and spend, like, you know, a year and a half trying to make something that really not needed right now. Like I mentioned before, my goal is to make a box mag system that allow you to play with hopper players. So when you go to an event like the Cave Nation, you go to an event like Invasion Normandy, you go event like Oklahoma D-Day and other big events, you can play with the hopper players. You can be as competitive, you're able to put down the same number of rounds, you have the suppress fire that you need. All you have to do is just stick a box mag in one of these things and go play. And how beautiful is that? And if you want to go play with MagFed, stick it out, stick a MagFed in, and you are ready to play. So the idea is that you're able to do both without having to do too much. As long as your equipment's running good and strong, you just take a mag out, boom, you play either game. I think that will grow MagFed. Why? Because players always looking for more realistic. They want more realism and want more of what, you know, real firearms or real life is, as opposed to just play the hopper stuff. The hopper stuff kind of get in the way. The hopper get in the way. You can't really look through the sight. Can't really look down the sight. It's not cool, you know. Nowadays, a lot of kids growing up playing video games. So we want to give something that kind of realistic in a way. That way, when you get them to the game, it's actually cool, something that they can relate to, as opposed to the hopper stuff. A lot of players moving away from that because maybe it's not realistic. That's why airsoft is growing by leap and bound for that reason, because it has that cool factor for the younger players to get into. So once the box mag's out, like I said, once that box mag's out, I would bet you that we will see a big spike in the sport automatically, for many reasons, one of which, like I said, when players able to play both competitively with the hopper game. So any weekend you go to any field, you can be as competitive as the guy next to you. That's awesome. And then for next weekend you go play MagFed, that's all limit ammo, 30 rounds, 20 rounds. That's awesome, right? We're using the same equipment you already have. To me, that's like a plus, right? So, and it's easy for those players to transition from the big hopper mag into a MagFed. I know that there are other systems out there like the Didam, but it costs like $1,500 for a setup like that. You know, the box mag alone costs $300-400. The marker costs like about $1,000, altogether like $1,500. That is a huge investment for a new player to come in. So a box mag can run about $100-120, and you can buy a gun for like another $100-120. I'm sorry, $150 together. You'll talk about under $300. You get a good, decent markers that you can play, and you can play both with hopper at any field. You just get there and get a game in, or you can do an event game with MagFed. So that's the reason why, I guess, why I'm focused so much on getting that box mag. That's the reason why, and I believe that it will grow the sport, allow the new players to come into MagFed, into paintball in general, and we can definitely retain those players because it's fun. So yeah, oh man, I miss Patrick. Good to see you, buddy. So nice to see you. Oh, it's great to see you guys and the gang down there. Like I said, you know, a lot of people don't understand, but it takes a lot of effort to go to an event. I drove, it took me about 7 hours to get down there and then another 8 hours to get back. So driving alone took me like 15 hours, like almost half a day going there and half my working day, half of my week time driving each day. So I lost like 2 days there. So it's a lot of work going an event. And like I said, the reason why I go to an event is because I want to be there, support the players to grow the sport, kind of be on the ground, understand the equipment, understand what you guys are facing. So when I come back to my drawing board, I can understand what we need to do to overcome, so that way the sport can grow and making better products. So that way it'd be easier for the players to be on the ground playing it. I don't want you guys, like I said, I go to this event and I see a lot of players. Sometimes the equipment fail, and you guys know me, I do whatever it takes to get you stay in the field. Sometimes I take parts off guns, sometimes I borrow other things to get you guys on the field if I can. If not, you know what, sometimes I even line out my own markers to keep the players on the field. So you know, it's a lot of people think that you're way out there or whatever, but it takes me no pleasure seeing a player on the field. I mean, excuse me, take me no pleasure seeing a player not on the field, because being on the field, when you guys spend a lot of money to be at the game, to be at the event, we want to make sure that you be out there playing, shooting, having a lot of fun. So that's the only reason. So you get to come back and play again, right? Nobody want to have put all that time, effort, and then not having a good time. That's not us, and that's definitely, we're trying to overcome that for you. So I'm going to start my own company, name it MSC. Okay. Well, you certainly can, Jose. You can push forward that and make it happen. This right here, Michael, it uses A5 threads, very prevalent. So you can use just a lot. A5 threads probably the most out there. This inexpensive barrel type you can get, and a lot of support out there with this barrel system. Like I said, if you have, you can go to any field, any store worldwide. There's somebody out there who know how, somebody at that store or field tech will know how to work on a bolt. I'm saying on a Tippmann or BT, and these use the same components, same design as those, and most internal components are interchangeable. So you definitely have the support and the network behind you when you get one of these markers. I understand that equipment do fail, except when it does fail, you have the support behind you. That's, to me, that's really, really important, because knowledge base is hard to grow, but if you're able to get the support you need, you can start to feel a lot more. Peter Upper ETA on that project. So Felix, Omar is on that. Like I said, he's supposed to get done end of end of August, but it's not done yet. I will ask him more on that. I've you know what, this last couple weeks I've been really busy trying to get some of this project out, so I have not able to keep up with him on where he's at. I'll give him a ring and to see if he's done that on that project, and so we can do some demo tests on that and get it out for you guys. Alright guys, man, I've been yapping for the last hour, so you guys have any question about anything, let me know so I can do my best to answer for you. Alright guys, thank you so much for being part of the show. I know that you guys have tons of things to do, you're busy and want to get on with your lives and everything, but I really appreciate it that you spend a week, your weekly, your Wednesday with me on this hour. This show wouldn't go on without you guys, so really appreciate the support and having to be part of the show. Great, a lot of great questions. Like I said, this show, this show definitely, I made it in a way where it's a weekly update on what we do and where we at with the project, where the things that we're working on, the project we're working on, the event that we're going out. It's the idea is that to let you guys know what we're working on, so where you can see the future. I understand that there are many other different company out there, and we want the many, but we want to kind of connect with you guys and kind of tell, be a one-on-one basis sometimes. Like I said, I don't see most of you guys, everybody kind of have their own little world, because you different location, different states, and just far away. So this hour let us connect together and kind of bring up some of the issues that pending in front of us. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity to this weekly to spend this time with you guys. All right, guys. Okay, Johnny got a question here. What's the difference between the new upper and the old upper model? Okay, so Johnny, if you looking at some of the older video out there, looking at the extravaganza video, the upper that we're gonna do is a little bit different. It has a forward assist, shell deflector. The whole core is a little bit different. It allows us to do the close bolt on it too. Bolt release and some other features that we're working on for a while, but we have not finished still. You could definitely, the current PTR can upgrade into that. So if you are looking to get a PTR, you can wait for that or get the current one and you can upgrade to it. So like I said, we are working on that. I'm hoping to push that out soon. Thanks for posting my PTR on your page. Jose, those are some of the best PTR I've seen. Like I said, a lot of people kind of saying, oh man, that's a perfect setup. You have the 3 unit there, you get your long range DMR, and you get your mid-range like a little bit LOVA there, and then you get your short stubby CQB. So that's a beautiful setup. I love that. Like I said, it's an envious setup, you know, 3 1 for emission. That's that definitely wrapped up that right there. Choi, like I said, usually in years past, always been the guy that sit behind and do all the background things, all the productions, and among other things. I have a couple people help me do the social media and kind of reach out to players, Patrick, Omar, and some other people. But those they're not with us anymore, and so I decided, you know what, I just might as well do it and be connect with the players, be on the ground. So that's why I started going to events since last year, going to from East Coast to West Coast and meet players and able to kind of connect with you guys, and now able to have this this weekly show and able to kind of address it. I've been invited to bring any issue up, like even the one that began the show where I was at the event last week, 9/11 charity event, and I post the video up saying that tour was it a quick video of MCS booth at the 9/11 charity event, and some of the people kind of chew me on that, saying that, you know, I made it as it was an MCS event. And so yeah, I made a mistake, perhaps I didn't clarify, but then I went back there and I kind of clarified tour of MCS booth at 1911 charity event. So like I said, being on the ground sometimes it's an Achilles heel. You make mistakes and people call me on that. Hey, I admit the error, so I correct that. But if anything, I want to clarify, I'm not out there trying to, you know, some people saying that I'm trying to make it as if an MCS event. I'm not. All right, so it is not. I'm not doing that. Numerous times I promote the event and try and get the notoriety of the event and how the event, when the event happening. So if anyone say that I'm taking that away, I'm not. And if I did made it seem like so, I apologize. But it is need to be said so that way there's clarity there. Like I said, I'm on the ground now. You have any issues with not just me personally, with what we do, how we do things, give me a shout so that I can clear up the air. There's no way that we're able to go any further in what we're currently doing without being upfront and transparent about things. It's just not it's not going to go anywhere, seriously. So that said, that this show allowed me to do that and allow me to kind of address things that I'm not able to in real life, right? You bring up an issue that I cannot handle, I can address it for you right now in real life, and you have any question that I can able to address that. If I can't, let's do it offline. So that's definitely something that I personally proud of, the current stage, that able to connect with you guys and able to kind of address issues that come up directly, not going around with through another person or playing telephone, you tell me this, I tell you that, and kind of jump. No, it's one-on-one basis and straightforward. No. All right, guys, let's see here, some more last question here. All right, I hate that, which they be okay. Thanks, Junior. Dude, I want to revive McFed rental myself. Oh, give me a shout, bud, and then I will do my best to support you. The rental, it's great. It allows you to. I've been going to a lot of fields, and I've been trying to coach a lot of field owner how to kind of bring a new genre to your field. What happened is that a lot of fields still using the same cookie cutting process or procedure how to get the players in, but it's a whole different animal now, a whole different playing field for the sports. It's not the same as 10 years ago, everyone's using the hopper. Now you have a huge group of trying to kind of change the sport, doing the McFed side of it. You can create a whole new genre to attract new players, young players. You have a big demographic that you can draw from. You have military, right? Military guys, they love McFed. You have the law enforcement, you can draw those guys in. You get kids that have been playing video games for the last 10, 15 years. Those guys want to play McFed because it's something they can relate to. And of course, you have a bunch of airsoft players, that thousands of those guys out there. They only do airsoft because it's realistic. They don't like airsoft because they can't really tell who's who gets shot or not. I mean, that's the thing, that the airsoft is great, but I believe that's only one setback on that, because the way that it's shot, right? I mean, you get shot, you don't really know when it's shot, and then what happened is you can't call each other out, and then people call you you're cheating and this and that. So that's what makes airsoft difficult, and I believe that paintball McFed will grow onto the next stage because of that, because we're different. The impact is there, let you know that you get shot, and you can create a whole new genre to get new players in and keep into the game. Todd, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for the support. Like I said, you guys bring any problem to me directly, I will resolve for you. You can reach me by Facebook, message me directly. You can email me directly, kt@mcsus.com, or if you want to do it live, post it right here, and then we'll take care of that for you, if you don't mind the scrutiny of the public. But I prefer that we do it privately. If you have anything that's on your mind that I could definitely able to solve for you, hit me up. I'd love to hear from you, and so that way I can be the guy that take care of you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I think I yapped long enough for the last hour or so. I know some of you guys came late. You can rewatch the show, and then I'll catch you at the next event. Like I said, the next two event. I'll be end of this month. I'll be at SC Village for the Cave Nation, and then right after the following week, I'll be at Kilo 69 at EMR Paintball Park, and then right after the weekend. So I got 3 events back to back. Operation N19, that will be at USPN Paintball Park. So if you guys not at those events, maybe I'll catch you at another one, but you are, we'll see you there. All right, thank you so much for being part of the show, and you guys have a good night. Oh, question about new box made similar to old school. It is similar, Ricky. It's a couple of things I did. I made a really some improvement. 3 improvement I made. Number 1, it is smaller, lighter. That's number 1. Number 2, easy, super easy for you to take apart and clean and do what I need to do. You can tear the whole thing down in less than a minute. And number 3 that I'm really proud of, I can tell you guys, it can be a hot swap. So you can hot swap the tower. Basically, you say you have a TMC and you have a tower, just click, pull, done. You can change the tower in less than 10 seconds. So you have 1 box mag, you can go with multiple platform. You have a tip X, for example. We're not going to release all the tower on one sitting, but we're going to start with the one that does the D-Mag, the Helix first, because that our platforms are that one. And then if you are looking to do TMC, Music, or other markers, you can do like a little pull together, and if there's enough people who want it, we're able to get that for you. But the idea is that small, compact, it's gonna hold around 140, 150 rounds, enough like a pot. So you do pot, boom, dump it in there, hold the entire thing, you are in the game. I'm trying not to make it where it's like a huge thing, but I'm trying to make it compact and make it easy for use. That's number 1, right? So 2, make it where you have to able to take it out and clean it, right? In the past, we'll make it, well, in the back, a bunch of little screws, so it's kind of difficult for you to take it out and clean. We don't want that, so we want to make it for you to quickly take it apart and then put it together. And of course, hot swap compare now. That's something. It's not just TMC, Rob. It can do TMC. It can do Tip X. It can do the music. It can do pretty much any markers out there that has a mag wheel. We can make it. Like I said, the first one get released is of course the Helix DMAG version, and then subsequently we're gonna follow through and then do the rest. But we're gonna give you guys the opportunity, kind of help us decide that's gonna happen. So, like I said, I love the fact that the TMC with the remote, the Tip X remote line, you can do so many shot and match. You can do a lot of shot under there too. So, I'm looking forward to release it out for you guys. I'm almost done. And then after I'm done, I'll show you guys how it works, how it functions, how it shoots. And then from there, if you guys want to pre-order them, I'll let you guys pre-order them and decide. The only thing with pre-order those below, once people start pre-order, they kind of get so excited, ask me every day about it. That's the reason why we have not done pre-order lately in a very long time. We used to do that, but what happened is that, you know, people wanted to play the pre-order. They're so excited, they call every day asking about it. They call and they message. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but it also take a time away from what we're doing. We love to hear from you, but that's something we have to think about. So once we decided to do a pre-order, we'll let you know, and you can actually do that. Oh, Tommy, how are you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you guys in a while. So that's the word on the box mag. You have any question, comment, concern, you can hit me offline or online. Go to my Facebook page. You can message me or just send me directly an email, or you can just go to the mcsus.com website, and then there's a chat box there. Just message me. If I don't answer, someone will. If we don't answer, just leave a message. We'll get to you about within an hour. So sometimes we're onto something. We definitely get on it for you right away. So don't be shy. Just send a message and we'll take care of you. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Like always, this show will not happen without you guys. Every participant counts. That's why I ask you guys, if you have a chance, go ahead and share the show, so that way more people will know about what we do, more people know about the MagFed, and can grow the community. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you, and see you guys definitely out there. I can play the ending video here. Oh boy. Right, ending video gonna play.